I remember a time when the Walt Disney Studios used to make stories that were about helping kids to learn and grow, And now you have live-action remakes of them sodomized with politics and division. I don't even like to talk about politics, But when politics infiltrates into our entertainment and pop culture, it has to be called out before it's too late, Unless you want to brainwash this pop culture to a hate culture. And now we have Pixar's Elemental, which is nothing more than a steaming pile of fresh dirt straight from the propaganda machine. Tell me, would you teach your kids how to respect and treat other people with kindness? Or you're gonna teach them how evil the right-wing conservatives are? No matter which side of the aisle you're in, if you think this media giant has any regard or respect for its audiences, you're gravely mistaken. Let's look at what they have to say about the series of box office failures they've been having. So this basically says, Pixar has been training their audiences to wait and watch on Disney+. Trained? As in like dogs? Who the fuck do you think we are as an audience, Disney? Rotten Tomato numbers? Puppets on strings? Or little kids who would just clap when you tell them to clap?
He is always right.
The sea is always right.
This is the way.
This is the way.
We have reached a point where movie studios have to pay media giants to give positive reviews to silence the audience, and now you have journals from Deadline writing shit. Either these people are paid to write this sort of crap, or they're completely disconnected from the entire world. And then you have another one of the lowest rated MCU shows, and no one really cares to even watch it. Directed by a person who was told not to read the original comic book, so while the writers' union is on strike, this show decides to generate its entire intro with an AI, replacing the artist. I wonder how much of the script was generated by the AI, man. When your writers are on strike, a show so boring, with spooky dialogues, like the 19th century level of racism, and sandwiched with scrolls that are basically meant to troll you. Fuck you, Marvel. In the midst of a burning franchise that was once a shining gold standard of movies, Samuel Jackson decides to make things even better by calling the critics as incels. He goes all the way 6 years back to the election of Donald Trump and how he was reminded of the rednecks from where he grew up in. A president from the past and a childhood from the past. This guy can't seem to just let go and move on in life.
Who the fuck is this asshole?
To make matters worse, he decides to lash out on the critics who hated Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. Because of what? Strong female character? Or the fact that nobody liked a badly written movie with a perfect girl boss? Or does he even remember when Brie Larson took things personal when she delivered this in a public statement?
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him.
Does it even cross the mind of these idiots that the same critics also supported the Black Widow character and the first Wonder Woman movie in the last decade? In reality, nobody gives a shit about your color or your sexuality as long as you give a good movie without a messaging or an agenda. It's like every brand Disney touches turns into a pile of dog shit. Whether it's the Lucasfilms, the Pixars, or even the Marvels, it's like they've completely lost in touch with their audiences. To even get to the Lucasfilms, if the sequel trilogy had put Star Wars in an emergency ward, then I'm pretty sure that the Disney Plus shows pulled the plug altogether. It's not just the movies and TV shows that's lost its sanity. The opening of Galaxy's Edge theme park was a great chance for them to revive interest in the brand, giving fans a chance to interact with their favorite characters from the good old times. That was a great idea, until Kathleen Kennedy bravely stepped in and mandated that the whole place had to be themed around the sequel trilogy instead. The ones that nobody even bothered to watch in the first place. Now I see why she was made the president of Lucasfilms. It remains a shock to this day for them. They still have no idea why nobody is interested to go to the Galaxy's Edge, so the best they can do is blame the old customers And then there was the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
Who the fuck would spend $6,000 a night to play dress up with a bunch of cosplay actors in a standard space-themed hotel, which is based around a trilogy of movies that is on its way to the forgotten remnants of history of filmmaking? I'd rather stay in my asylum than spend one night in exchange for $6,000. It didn't even take a year to close down the Galactic Star Cruiser, which begs me the question, who the fuck is running your business, man? And then you have a bulk load of garbage shows on Disney Plus, like The Willow, which went straight into a void of oblivion. These shows were too much for their servers to handle and maintain that even their recycle bin told these shows to fuck off. Not to mention, entire stores filled with shelf after shelf of unsold merchandise. The only set of Star Wars films in history to actually lose money. What a waste. Anyway, think we've gotta go now, before the warden sees us ranting.